Hey everyone, today we're going to be talking about some crazy traditions that they have in other countries where they speak Spanish. As all of you know, that part of learning a language is learning about the culture of that language, and traditions are a huge part of culture. So some of the crazy traditions we're going to be talking about today. The first one is called the running of the bulls. Maybe you've heard of this, maybe you've sat in my class and you've seen a video of this, but it's crazy. Every year, before they have their bullfights in Spain, they will take all of the bulls and they'll set them loose in the streets and have them chase after people. Watch the video to see what I'm talking about. Now, the reason why they came up with the running of the bulls is because they actually were trying to come up with a solution for how to transport all of the bulls from the countryside into the middle of the city where they had their arenas for their bullfights. And the running of the bulls was kind of their solution to that. As you can see in the video, it's pretty crazy. Our next tradition is actually called El Colacho. And this is a really strange tradition to us, but for the people that do it, it's totally normal. What they do is every year they take all the babies that were born that year and they line them up in the streets on little mattresses, and they have a man dressed up as a devil jump over the top of them. And the reason why they do this is because they believe that when the devil jumps over the top of them, the baby is cleaned spiritually. It's kind of like if you've ever heard of a baby being baptized. El Colacho is a similar process where they believe that the baby is like baptized when that man dressed up as a devil jumps over the top. It's kind of crazy. Watch the video to see what I'm talking about.
Newborn children here that have been baptized need to have their original sin cleansed. So the devil will come, jump over the top of them, and as he passes over them, the original sin will stick to him and be removed from them. Roberto says, you know what, at this part of the run, I'm really glad that my baby's on the front of the mattress, because if the devil wipes out, he'll just take out the last 3 kids.
Here in Spain, it seems like these pagan traditions that existed before Christianity came in were entrenched so strongly that when the Catholic Church came in, it had to compromise people. That's a testament to how ingrained in the identity of the people here these Celtic, pre-Christian, pagan rites are.
What did you guys think of El Colacho? Do you think you'd let your baby do that? I know I wouldn't. But for some people, this is a huge part of their culture. It's a huge part of who they are. And it's kind of interesting to see how their traditions are different from ours. Because maybe where you're from, maybe baptizing babies is normal. But for them, jumping over the top of babies is totally normal. Now, this next tradition is actually one that they do in South America. Watch the video to see where exactly in South America they do this. But what it's called las bolas de fuego, and they will take fireballs and they will throw them at each other in the streets. Now, it's super dangerous, so don't ever try this at home. But the reason why they do this is because a volcano erupted in the town where they have this tradition, a volcano erupted a long time ago. And now to celebrate that people were able to survive the volcano eruption, they take fireballs and they throw them at each other in the streets. It's crazy.
Horas más tarde, los bandos se presentan en la calle central, donde miles de visitantes están expectantes de lo que iniciará. Después de la inauguración oficial indicada por alguna autoridad local o el líder de los jugadores, comienza el intenso intercambio de bolas encendidas, que prácticamente no reconocen ni edad ni autoridad, ya que todo aquel que se encuentre en el lugar de los hechos está expuesto a salir quemado. Sin embargo, para la tranquilidad de todos, la actividad cuenta con asistencia médica inmediata. Muchos turistas llegan con la curiosidad de experimentar la adrenalina de una manera extraordinaria.
What did you guys think of Las Bolas de Fuego? Now, like I said, that's a really dangerous tradition. I would not recommend trying that at home. But for these people, they've been doing this for hundreds of years where they've been throwing fireballs at each other. Okay, and the last tradition we're going to talk about today is Los Castelleres in Catalunya. This is like one of my favorite ones because for the people that do this in Spain, it's a huge sport. It's like equivalent to the Super Bowl where we watch football every year. What they do is they will take as many people as they possibly can and stack them on top of each other. And the competition is to see who can stack the most people on top of each other without falling over. This is also kind of a dangerous tradition, but the people that do it practice all year long and they're professionals. Watch the video to see what it looks like. Okay guys, so those are all of our crazy traditions. What I want you to do is now share a tradition that you have in your house. Maybe it's something you do every year with your family. Maybe it's something you do with your friends. Claire wants to share about her traditions. But this could be anything. If you celebrate Christmas every year and you do something really special on that day, share it with us. We want to know what are the traditions that you have in your house because it's kind of part of your culture. Adios!